Hello and welcome to IELTS Master's Guide on Speaking Part 1, How to Impress Your Examiner. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do for Speaking Part 1. Specifically, what to focus on, the most common mistakes made by IELTS test takers and what to do about them, and a technique to answer quickly and completely so that you can relax, make a great first impression, and move on to the more important speaking parts 2 and part 3. First, let's talk a little bit about speaking part 1. For speaking part 1, you'll have about 4 to 5 minutes that you'll be talking with the IELTS examiner. You'll talk about 3 topic areas, all about common topics like your home, your family, work, personal interests, or other things that should be very easy for you to answer. And the number of questions. There will be 10 to 11 questions. 2 to 3 will be introductory questions, mostly about you, perhaps your name, your hometown, things like that. And then 4 questions on one topic, like your work, and 4 questions on another topic, for example, your personal interests. The focus for part 1 will be on fluency. Speaking part 1 is a chance to make a good first impression on the examiner. And the questions are very personal, so answering them should be easy. Unlike speaking part 2 and 3, your answers don't take a lot of thought. So this is a great chance to show how fluent you really are. Let's talk about the 2 biggest mistakes people make on IELTS speaking part 1. These things keep people from getting as high of a score as they should. The first mistake is talking too little, or not having a complete answer. So imagine you're in an IELTS room and the examiner says, "What's your favorite color?" Your answer is blue. This is way too short. There's not enough information here. What's your favorite color? Blue. What do you do? I'm a teacher. Too short, not conversational, and it doesn't show off how good you are at English. So we want to expand a little bit. But some people think, oh, so I should talk more. Well, then I should give these nice, huge, long answers. Then we go to problem number 2, talking too much, rambling, going off topic. So let's look at the same question. What's your favorite color? Instead of a one-word answer, like in part 1, we have this long, drawn-out answer that starts to go a little bit off topic and is just too much. What's your favorite color? Well, when I was a child, my favorite color was blue because it was the same color as the house next door, but then I turned 15 and my favorite color became pink. After that, it changed to purple because I don't care anymore. I'm sure your examiner is thinking the same thing. This takes us to our next technique. For each of the IELTS speaking parts, we have a method or technique that we can use to give the best answer possible. For IELTS speaking part 1, this technique is called the 1-2 stop technique. And here's how it goes. The examiner will ask you a question like, what's your favorite color? Number 1, answer the examiner's question directly. Don't talk about what your favorite color used to be. Don't talk about what your favorite color might be in 10 years. Answer the question, what's your favorite color right now? Number 2, support your answer with a reason, example, or extra detail. We have number 2 here so you don't fall into the problem of talking too little. You want to give some kind of supporting detail for your answer. It can be a reason, it can be an example, or it can be some kind of extra detail relating to the question. And number 3, very important, this is for the second mistake. After you give your direct answer, after you give your supporting detail, stop talking and let the examiner ask his or her question. If you remember the slide overviewing speaking part 1, you know that the examiner has to talk to you for about 45 minutes, and in those 4 to 5 minutes, they have 10 or 11 questions to ask. They need to finish all of these questions, so you don't want to talk too long and ramble and get stuck not knowing some words, wasting their time and your score. So why does the 1-2 stop technique work? First thing, you're answering the questions directly. Lots of people get off topic and stuck looking for words when they don't answer the question directly. Second, you're giving supporting information so the answer isn't too short. And third, you stop after giving your supporting information so you don't talk too long or go off topic and start rambling. So let's take a look at a few sample questions and answers. We're going to use the topic, let's talk about your hometown or village. The first question is, what kind of place is it? And the sample answer here is, I'm from the biggest city in my country, so there are a lot of different places, people, and businesses there. It's really diverse. Looking at this question, we can see the direct answer with a paraphrase of the question in orange, and in blue are the supporting details. Here in this question, I'm giving an example of the biggest city with a lot of different places, people, and businesses. And just one more detail, it's really diverse. I don't want to say anything more than this because it would go on too long. But if I only answer, I'm from the biggest city in my country, the answer is too short. So with the 1-2 stop technique, we're giving an answer, giving a nice supporting detail, and then stopping and letting the examiner continue on. So all the while, we're focusing on fluency, not correcting your answers too much, not stopping to fix yourself all of the time, just focusing on getting your answers out in a nice, fluent way. Question number 2. What's the most interesting part of your city, town, or village? I think the most exciting area is downtown, where all of the stores and restaurants are. There are so many different things to do there, and a lot of delicious food to eat. Stop. Question number 3. What kind of jobs do the people in your city, town, village have? It's a big city, so people have a variety of different jobs. We have everything: salesmen, teachers, firefighters, politicians, even farmers. And finally, question number 4. Would you say it's a good place to live? Actually, I don't think it's a very nice place to live. Maybe because it's such a big city and everyone living there is always so busy. In general, the people don't seem too happy. This is a very interesting answer because it's different than the other 3. In this answer, I'm actually disagreeing. And it's perfectly fine to disagree. If you disagree, say whatever you think is the easiest, most direct answer for you. Of course, listening to me give these sample questions and sample answers isn't going to get you a perfect score right away. You have to practice yourself. So here we have your homework, some practice questions. In this next section, I'm going to read 10 practice questions, and I want you to pause the video, answer the question using the 1-2 stop technique we talked about earlier, and then continue the video again. Here we go. Number 1, are you a student or do you have a job? Number 2, what subject are you studying? Number 3, do you like your subject? Number 4, what job do you do? Number 5, do you like your job? Number 6, what do you like to do in your spare time? Number 7, do you enjoy sport? Number 8, how has your hometown changed over the years? Number 9, do you like English? Why or why not? Number 10, do you live in a house or a flat? That's all we have for today for Speaking Part 1. For more IELTS practice strategies and techniques, visit our website at IELTS-master.com or connect with us on facebook.com/IELTS Master site. Thanks so much for listening and have a fantastic day.